Alright, so we're moving on to the next section, and I'm going to pretend that she's coming in with virgin hair, and this is our bowl of high lift with the bristles with the white, and then this would be our bowl of lightener, the bristles with the black. So for this one, I'm not going to tease it up, I'm just going to go in and paint in the color. So she's going to go from a dark high lifter here and then lightener on the end. So this is our high lift. I'm feathering it through. And then this would be our lightener that we're putting through the ends. I'm making sure that I'm really working the lightener through the ends because that's the part that we really want to have the most lightness. And then our high lift would just go right here. There's going to be a little overlapping right there, but that's fine. And then normally when I'm doing two colors like this, I don't want to fold my foil because then the lightener's going to get on the high lift or the natural. So for this technique, I would just place my foils like that and just kind of sandwich them together to make sure they stay, however you want to fold it. And then I work my way up. For this technique, you just kind of want to be aware of how high you're going up with the high lift and how high you're going up with the lightener so that you're staying consistent all the way up the head. If you use the clear foils, I think that'd be perfect. So then you could really see where the high lift is going and the lightener. So I'm just working my way up the head. If you want, you can also stagger it at diagonals going in different directions. So I can do a diagonal line going this way on this one. For the next one, I'm going to do a diagonal line going that way. So you're kind of making little triangles. And I'll show you that on the next foil also. You could probably save foils by just stacking them one on top of another, but I like to be able to have a little more control myself. Sometimes a foil's done, or maybe they had a color underneath before, and it's going to just kind of be a mess if you have them all stacked on top, but if you don't have that kind of thing to worry about, then you don't have to do that. So for this one, I did my diagonal line going this way. So for this side, I'm going to do my diagonal line going that way. So I'm going to start my high lift and start up at a higher point and then slowly go down. But I'm still staggering it. So there's my diagonal line. I'm going to go through and break it up. When you're doing those lines, I'm painting a little softer through here and then making sure it's a little more saturated and I'm getting through to the bottom. And then my lightener going through, and I'm just going to work up the head in that manner, just alternating the diagonals. So high lift. We're going to use the same technique on the top with the diagonals because I think it looks really, really pretty. And then your sections are as thick as they need to be for the density of the hair. So if someone has thinner hair, you might take bigger sections. If they have thicker hair, you might take smaller ones. Make sure that you stagger this line, and I think sometimes we're in the habit of making everything neat and even, so we just kind of have to break that habit and make it look more kind of uneven at the top and staggered. Otherwise it's going to look like they just let their hair go too long, and it's not going to look like maybe something that they got because they were at the beach a lot. This is my last section. If you wanted to, you could also go in with maybe a darker color here than the high lift and the lightener through the ends. I've done that before too. With maybe a level 6N demi-permanent color from the base to wherever the high lift is going to meet, and then the high lift wherever you want the lightener to go. And I think that that's a really pretty combination. Just make sure that when you're, whatever technique you're choosing, that you're going up the same amount of lightener on both sides or color. And then that would be the other side.